Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all here. Let me share my screen and we get going. Friends, this topic is about the crypto world, the digital assets. You know the discussion has been around on the crypto world for quite some time now. My suggestion to you all, if possible, keep your videos on. Second, wherever possible. Second part is that you may ask question anytime during the presentation. Absolutely okay. In fact, better you do that during the presentation. And obviously at the end anyway you have time, but do it any point of time. Just voice it out. I'll be glad to answer the question right away. That's what we'll do. Okay, the digital world, digital assets we are talking about, and let me give some thoughts. The agenda. You will keep admitting. Is that right? Yeah. Wherever you'll keep admitting the people who are coming in.
Yes, sir. For maybe next 5 minutes, and then we'll stop adding.
Okay. We'll go with the cryptocurrency overview. Where to get cryptocurrency, then the India stance and some of the other things that I'm talking about is more on the opportunities or the assets part. You can just ask me as and when you feel like. Please feel free. Let me go to the overview first. And cryptocurrency has been the word that has been talked about quite a lot and continuously these days. If you have noticed, a lot of discussions at the government level, at the RBI level, in newspapers, for example, Times of India. Those who look at Times of India, there are pages which talk about the cryptocurrency buying and giving a lot of gyan over there. So all this keeps on happening. Let me give some thoughts here. Some of the descriptions really. What is cryptocurrency? And then we'll go to the real world also. What's happening exactly? It's a digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptography, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. And this definition came from Investopedia. I will not use the word definition, they have said it over there. It's more like a description. Digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptography. Another one that comes from Forbes, it's a decentralized digital money that is based on blockchain technology and secured by cryptography. Now, in this particular second bullet, they use the word digital money. The money part I'm going to revisit in few more minutes. So right now, just keep it as it is. But I'll come back and talk to you about whether it's money at all. I'm going to talk about it. Third one, it's typical, and Coinbase is one of those large exchanges. Is typically decentralized digital money designed to be used over internet. Again, the word money comes in here, and I will also talk about it again. But nice to see the different kind of descriptions coming from various areas. Forbes, Investopedia, Coinbase, all different different sources really. But good to see how people think about money. That's one aspect. The other thing I want to talk about is that what is in practice? What is real? What happens in real? What does researchers say? What does legality say? In fact, I would love to use your reflections, and if you have something to offer, please go ahead, do that. In practice, New York State has actually issued a license called as BIT license. In practice, they have actually issued a license called as BIT license, and this was issued to Coinbase. Coinbase is one of those exchanges which is, and Gemini also, one of those. You can see it here. You can see my cursor also. Am I right, everybody? You can see my cursor.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Sir.
Okay, great. So here, they have actually issued something called as BIT license, and Coinbase and Gemini are two very, very big exchanges in operating in the US. And New York State has said you can legally operate this in New York and in the New York State, and the license is called as BIT license. So you know, in practice, what people have been doing. Now this happened in New York, some other state also it must have happened. I'm sure on that. There would be other places also. What do researchers say? The researchers say the description is based on decentralized systems such as DLT. that is a distributed ledger technology, as we call as distributed ledger technology. And if you remember in the previous page also, when we are looking at the description, many of them have used the word decentralized system, and research also is doing the same thing. But look at the legality part. This was one practice what New York has done, but legality part. Many countries have laws and statements for digital or virtual currency. Nobody uses the term cryptocurrency. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Virtually no country uses the word cryptocurrency in the legal language. They say it's a digital or virtual currency. Digital or virtual currency. They're formatted laws also. What does India do? I'm also going to come to in a few minutes. But this is important really. Practice, research, and legal. Kinds. One of the cryptocurrency privately created. That's a point number one. When you say privately, this word was never used till our finance minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitaraman, used that word actually. Till then, nobody ever used the word private currency. But she is the one. She used this word private created. And Bitcoin and Ether are two examples of the privately created cryptocurrency. Then state created as CBDC, central bank digital coin. And we are going to talk about the RBI's work also in this area. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. So state created. So one is privately created, other is state created. That means it is created by India. Third is concept called as stable coins. Something very nice to know. What have they done? They have created so-called digital currency. They call the word currency still. And pegged to the fiat currency like US dollar. So that means $1 US equal to one coin. That's what that's the kind of alignment that they have done, which are called as stable coins. The fourth is synthetic, backed by a basket, and that would mean, yeah, Shreyas, go ahead, please.
Sir, I had a question. The stable coins, isn't it similar to the gold standard which you used to use, where all currencies were pegged to the amount of gold a particular country had? So what is the additional feature that a cryptocurrency get by it being a stable coin?
One important point, Shreyas, many countries have actually removed that peg to the gold anymore, including US.
Yeah. After the Bretton Woods agreement, they removed it, correct?
Correct. So now currently it's only pegged to US dollar. And whether it has significance or not, yeah, true. You are right on that. Why should we use a currency? We could use the US dollar directly. Yes, absolutely right. But it's already there now. And these are exchanges are offering something called as stable coins. There's no particular reason why they should be there if they're exactly same as US dollar. So to that extent, you are right. But on the other side, if you see the second one, the gold and keto gold. Now this is based on the gold price. And that means when the gold price changes, the asset also change. So that's another possibility. So it's little less stable than the US dollar, obviously. But yeah, that's the one that we are talking about. Last one, synthetic, is a basket of multiple currencies. And I'll show you one example later on. And that means multiple currencies coming together, you start selling them as one single new coin or something like that. A new synthetic coin, as they call them. But we'll see that also once. Interestingly, this is the price that I downloaded yesterday. Bitcoin price. 22 lakhs rupees in India for per single Bitcoin. 22 lakhs or 2.2 million. You can see on my screen. 2.98 million rupees. It is Indian rupees. And the Ethereum is 148,000 rupees in India. And Ethereum 2 is 148, slight difference, but otherwise they are similar. But look at the USDT and USDC. They're exactly same as US dollar almost. Because these are the stable coins, as we call them. So they are pegged to the dollar. So when the dollar exchange rate changes, to that extent, the rupee value will change. Otherwise, it remains exactly same. So this depends on the exchange rate between Indian rupee and the US dollar. Look at the same one in dollar terms. In dollar terms, same Bitcoin is available for $29,000. Ethereum available for $1.9 thousand, and so on and so forth. And look at the tether, USDT, $1. This is what I was saying. the stable currency, and it is also for the $1. And this $1 is equivalent to 77.49 because that's our exchange rate really. And the slight difference will always be there around because somebody will skim off some money. So this is as of yesterday at 1:39 p.m. and this changes virtually every minute. Changes every single minute. Look at Bitcoin example here. I'm just showing one example of Bitcoin. It reached $67,000 in somewhere in October. What is the date? Sorry, November 9. You can see the date here. November 9, 5:30 a.m. It reached $67,000 per coin. And that just about November. That is exactly 6 months ago. 6 months later, it has come down to $29,000. 6 months later, it has come to $29,000. And 6 months before that, it was again in a similar range. So it rises in 6 months up to $67,000, comes down all the way to $29,000 again. What does it tell you actually? What does it tell you, guys? Any thoughts? This price movement?
I think, yeah, I would say that it's totally, it's not behaving like a currency, rather it's behaving like an asset.
Yeah. And
Speculative asset.
absolutely. And extremely volatile, right? Extremely volatile. I mean, you don't
Exactly.
double something in flat 6 months and again come down from there, all the way down. It doesn't happen in stock market also, but here it's happening. But look at, interestingly, this particular chart, this chart. And on this chart, $69,000 was November 9 was $67,000. November 10 last year was $69,000. That was the peak. But look at how it has risen. Look at how it has risen. It is almost flat over there, hardly any movement here. And then it starts moving slowly, and then suddenly it starts jumping after 2020 and 2021. This is exactly COVID period, really. This is really a COVID period. And look at the way the movement has happened. And I'll show you a reason for that also. But now we don't know exact reason. We don't know completely, but there are some speculations about why the price has gone up so much in the COVID days. And it's very interesting. And that's why I said, notice the drop, but also see the rise. Interesting how volatile these currencies are really. Where do you get the currency? Where do you get this cryptocurrency? One way of doing that is buy it. You buy it in India, you buy it abroad. Why not? Or get a transfer for somebody. It could be given as a gift. It could be given as a service fee also. And people accept it as a service fee. Now, the service fee part I'll talk about again a little bit later. But important that, how do you do this? There are steps actually. And I'm showing you one example of steps on the Coinbase. Coinbase is one of the large exchanges. So set up an account, transfer money to this account. Then you buy something, then set up a wallet. The money is held in the wallet, and then account to account and pay crypto for one wallet to another wallet. So you can do the transactions here. The first part is that you give the money to them, you create a wallet, you hold your cryptocurrency in the wallet, and then from there you can start transferring to anywhere you feel like. Now, it looks pretty simple and straightforward, especially or when you are outside India. In India, it is not that simple, and I'll come to that also in a minute as to why I'm saying India is slightly different. But that's the kind of flow that you can see actually. And you need a wallet, you need definitely account. Two things you definitely need. And to create account, they ask 20 different questions, which you'll have to go through all of them. Interestingly, these are prominent exchanges, very prominent exchanges. Look at the exchange named as Binance, and look at the volume, $19 billion, 24-hour trading. Look at the amount of money is going into cryptocurrency, guys. $19 billion in just flat 24 hours. That's special, isn't it? And that's the kind of trading that happens there. And we talked about Coinbase. Coinbase does only about $2.7 billion per day. $2.7 billion per day. There was Gemini, which was still down below further. But these are the exchanges that actually do big businesses. And they make a lot of money. $19 billion is a huge. So if we think it's a small business, it's not really. It's a pretty big business. Pretty big business. This particular coin market cap also shows you something called as average liquidity. And average liquidity, very interesting. Low the liquidity, lesser are chances of you getting paid for the money that you have, a cryptocurrency you have sold. You can buy very easily. When it comes to selling, if liquidity goes down, and these numbers have been computed by these people based on certain parameters that they have, lower the numbers, lesser is a possibility that you can get paid very easily for the money that you want to sell off on the market. Very interesting numbers that are here. Comparatively, Coinbase is in the US, which is very comfortable. They say it's pretty comfortable. Binance is still very comfortable. Binance is still very comfortable. In the event that you want to sell, you can get your money back. Binance is supposed to be pretty good and solid exchange. Now, except you want to know where it is located. Nobody knows where it is located. Nobody knows where the Binance is located. Cayman Island is supposed to be having Binance parent company, but we do not know where the exchange is located. It's not in US. It's not in Europe. Because think about it, it's completely on the cloud. So without any registration in any country, the whole system works here, guys. Absolutely great. No registration required, nothing. And the system works. $19 billion business is done every single day. And that's why I say it's a nice example as to what's happening in Binance. So look at this, all this is, and this, the data is as of today, May 27, today's data. Good to see some of these things, good to know and understand how the market really works. There are two popular kind of exchanges that we have. Centralized exchanges are more popular because there is a possibility that you are going to get much better safety here. I don't know what is safety really, but okay, at least they hold our crypto that we buy. Decentralized, we had to hold crypto on our own private wallet, and that's a decentralized exchanges. Centralized exchanges, all of those, the ones that I showed you, almost all are centralized exchanges. The Binance, the Coinbase, the CoinDCX, all are centralized exchanges, and that means they hold our crypto with them, which is in a way more safer than we holding in a private wallet actually. So in a way, that's a better system that decentralized. But decentralized exchange also means there is no fee to be paid to anybody, and to that extent you save money. Nice idea to know. What is India's stance on cryptocurrency, guys? Where does India say? Start looking at India's legality. First part, cryptocurrency is not money. If you remember when we started, in couple of description, the word used was money. It's not money. Although the part of the word is currency, it is not money. In fact, why? Even RBI Deputy Governor goes back and say very clearly, private virtual currencies are not money. You can read this on the RBI site if you want to. They are definitely not a currency. Definitely not a currency. So India doesn't accept this as money. And not just India, I guess, except El Salvador, that is the last line you can see on my screen. Nobody has accepted this as legal tender. Legal tender is where we say it's money. Nobody has accepted this as money, except El Salvador. So at some places it is being consideration, it is being used for the services and products, but it is still not a legal tender. In the event that you get your cryptocurrency in place of service, for example, a restaurant, it's more like a barter system, guys. It's more like a barter system, and it's not money being paid. Please do remember that. So the word money and currency dissociated completely. What happened in India? 17, 18, many exchanges came up. Many exchanges. And then in 2018, RBI announced an indirect ban. They did not ban it. They just told banks not to entertain any crypto-related transaction. Don't entertain any crypto-related transaction. Almost all the transactions came to standstill because all your money is in the bank. How will you pay? How will you get the money back? Bank said nothing, we can't do this. So there was no ban. And then 2020 ban was overturned by Supreme Court. Supreme Court, these guys, the exchange guys went to the Supreme Court and said, hey, not acceptable. Let's file the case. They filed the case. Supreme Court said you cannot ban it like this. So RBI withdrew the instruction given to the bank. But then in this year, in budget speech in February, our finance minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, said she is going to tax crypto transactions and profit. Also, she said that we'll develop our own coin also. So this was the private coins which are going to be having a transaction and profit is going to be taxed. 1% for every transaction and 30% for profit. Clear. Every transaction you have to pay 1% fee to the government. Simple. And then RBI. So this was the announcement that came in only this year, just about 4 months ago.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, Utkarsh Bhardwaj here.
Yeah,
Sir, so you talked about cryptocurrency being used as a barter system. So in barter system, let's say we exchange 10 bananas for 5 apples. So how do we know how much cryptocurrency is to be exchanged for a particular good or services?
Would really depend on that day's price. So if you go to some of the restaurants who accept this kind of cryptocurrency, they look at that day's price, and then every dish that you buy in a restaurant is priced in line with the price of Bitcoin that day. They say, okay, if you're buying, let's say, masala dosa, I'm just using, if you're buying a masala dosa, you pay me Bitcoin 0.0005. This is very interesting, huh? The Bitcoins, all cryptocurrencies can be bought and sold or gifted or paid in 000 also. Fractions, which you can't do in rupee. But here you can do in any kind of a fraction you can use. And then that called as barter, because that is not considered legal tender.
Right, sir.
Utkarsha, clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Saurabh.
Yeah, hi, sir. Sir, as you said that government has announced that they will be taxing 30% on the profits. So can't we say that although not as money, but Indian government has indirectly given the recognition to cryptocurrencies?
I completely agree with you. And I was going to ask this question, is it legal or illegal? What do you think? Is it legal in India or illegal in India?
Sir, since they are taxing, I feel it has become legal.
Exactly. See, so far government has been, and as well as the RBI, they have been sitting on the fence. Nowhere they say it's illegal. Nowhere they say it's legal. But now, the moment you start taxing, you are actually giving some sort of legality over there without saying so. So I completely agree with you, Saurabh, there. Almost becoming legal now.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
Prashant.
I Abhi this side.
Yeah, Vijay.
Sir, I would still say that even though we are taxing the currency, the exchange of that currency is still not allowed, because I think it's anyway not being accepted as a currency anywhere currently as well, right?
Yeah.
It's just an exchange which we can do on those cryptocurrency platforms.
No, so why would exchange be banned?
No. So exchange is not banned. I'm saying that it is not. It has still not been allowed as a currency. Like we cannot go ahead and buy something from cryptocurrency on a store.
Yeah, but that depends on whether the store is accepting. For example, if you remember that Tesla some time ago announced that will accept cryptocurrency. Remember that?
Right.
Elon Musk had said that if a vendor is ready to accept, nobody's going to stop him.
But has that been allowed in India?
Yeah, but there is nobody can stop it also if you decide. For example, the realtor says, a builder says, I will accept cryptocurrency. Nobody's going to stop it. No way. Right. So there is no legal prohibition doing that. That's important.
Hi, sir. This is Shalini. So I have a question. Like in the stock markets, it is influenced by the growth of the companies and their quarterly results, all of that. What is that governing factor for cryptocurrencies that manipulates the prices?
That's a great question. I wish somebody knew how the price is coming from, but there is none. There is absolutely no backing up that you can ever talk about currency price, the cryptocurrency price. and nobody has been ever figured. Can you also say that this could be also a result of a greed of people? That means today you say, if you remember some time ago, there was a few years ago, there was such a rush for the silver, and silver was supposed to hit for 75,000 rupees per whatever, and people kept on buying even at 55,000. And then about 300 years or 200 years before that, there's a tulip mania. There's no particular reason why this price should go up.
Sir, but one thing I read was in the like Bitcoin algorithm, there is a limit to how many Bitcoins can be circulating. So
True.
when more and more people buy the Bitcoins, then the price automatically increases, so that the buying reduces. So I think that's how the value is being controlled because of the supply limitation.
Agreed. Supply demand is a one major thing in management that we keep talking about. But think of $29,000 going to $69,000 in just like 6 months. Just not supply demand. It's much more than that. Much more than that. Shalini, are you clear what I'm saying? There is no particular reason why this should happen. None.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Aman this side.
Yeah, Aman.
Sir, can't taxing be seen as a disincentive to people who are trying to get into crypto as a government way of saying that we must move towards the RBI digital coin that is being launched next year?
One important part is that digital coin is not in competition with these currencies. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It has no reason, nobody need to believe this, that it is in competition. They are completely different kind of animals, really speaking.
Okay, sir, then
Completely different animals.
can we think this taxing system as a disincentive to people who are trying to get into crypto without any knowledge?
No, Aman. No, Aman. This digital asset that will come in, which is what our RBI will bring in, and this is on my screen, you can see this right now. The digital asset that will come in will actually about replacing our cash in the system by digital money. The reason for that is handling cash today for country like India is extremely expensive. And there was an estimate some time ago which said that the cash in circulation cost of handling that cash in the range of 21,000 crores every year. Why we should waste that money? Sweden, for example, if you think of Sweden, they have almost gotten rid of cash and they do everything digitally. RBI is going to try something similar. Indian government is trying something very similar. Reducing
so, sir, we
cash.
can say like it is a way of bringing a cheaper currency management system, as you're saying it.
Absolutely. Plus
Okay,
whole lot of accountability. Because everybody will know what is happening actually. Currently, when the cash transfers hand, nobody knows what's happening. Yeah, somebody else also, guys?
Same question that, so we have a well efficient system in place called RuPay. So why doesn't government just leverage that instead of introducing a new digital coin?
Problem of not just RuPay. You're right. We have a whole lot of digital money getting circulated around, which is good really today also, which is pretty good. But it doesn't mean our cash has gone down. In reality, cash has increased. If you look at some of the RBI reports, RBI says very clearly cash in circulation has gone up. Though digital payments also have gone up. So you're right, digital payments have gone up tremendously, which is extremely good. But cash in circulation also has gone up. And that's not very healthy. Guys, can I go a little further? I know there are a whole lot of people who want to talk, but I want to show you some more things and then we can continue discussion. Is that okay, guys? I know some people some more people have raised hands.
Yes, sir.
I think I'll show you some more things and then we can talk again. I have no issues on that. Look at what I'm showing you here. Look at what I'm showing you here. The finance minister says it's a digital virtual asset. She also did not call it as cryptocurrency. Please remember, she called it as digital virtual assets. In US, cryptocurrency is considered property, not as money. UK also considers property, not as money. This is interesting because people believe you may hold your cryptocurrency, but we treat it as asset. We treat it as property and not really as money. Absolutely no. And RBI has been saying complete ban on crypto all the time. In fact, if you read some of the speeches of RBI deputy governors on their own site, they still advise complete ban. Indian government didn't do that. Indian government did not do that. They did not put a complete ban. In fact, they said that we'll tax it rather than putting a ban. What is RBI doing now? And this is what RBI is doing. RBI will come up with something called as digital coin, called as central bank digital currency. That is a generic name of what the central banks do the world over. The world over. Quite a few banks are trying this out. Quite a few banks are trying it out. So what is it? It's a legal tender. Now look at this. Now it's a legal tender. It's not called as cryptocurrency. CBDT is a legal tender issued by a central bank in digital form. It is same as fiat currency, is exchangeable one-to-one with a fiat currency. Only its form is different. It's completely digital. And you can see in his speech, this particular part he has given. And they expect this year they want to launch it. Beautifully done. And then they are saying there are two types, wholesale and retail. Wholesale will be used by the banks. Retail will be used by general public like you and me. We'll be using the retail coin as and when it comes through. I think first phase they are launching only wholesale coin. But I think the research experiments are done. Now it's almost like execution time. So hopefully in next few months, we should see something coming from RBI on the digital coin also. I think this will be nice. Yeah, Abid.
Sir, can the wholesale digital currency be used for trade exchange as well with different countries?
As long as it is done at the bank's level, yes. But we as general public will not be able to use it probably.
Got it. So, but okay, cool. Got it.
So mainly they'll use it for settlement, interbank settlement, mainly.
Got it. Okay.
Let me show you the digital assets. What is the asset? Yeah.
Sorry, just a follow-up question there as well. So the digital currency being.
Yeah, Abid, we lost you. Abid, we lost you. Are you there? Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, sir, am I audible?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Right. So on the first slide, you showed that there are four types of cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
The second was a centrally launched currency, and the third was a currency which is related to, say, dollar in that case.
Correct.
The currency which RBI is launching, and which type will it be? Will it come under? Like the second or the third one?
It is second one. It's a central bank's currency. And it will not be called as cryptocurrency, but it will follow all rules of cryptography. That's why I listed it over there. It still has to be encrypted and all that. Everything will be done exactly as we do in cryptocurrency.
The value would still be 1 rupee.
1 rupee, exactly. Each coin will be equal to 1 rupee. And that will stay same. It will not change.
So it still meets the criteria for the third type of currency.
Yes.
Got it.
Let me show you something more on the assets. One part we have seen, one asset is definitely the currencies like the Bitcoin and Ether and those kind of currencies that we have seen. That's one clear asset, kind of a digital asset. Second one, that's a cryptocurrency. Second one, there's a possibility of crypto-based funds. And third one is NFT. I'm going to talk about all the three. Beautifully put together. We definitely know by now cryptocurrency can be sold and bought. That we know. Second thing that Nasdaq has done. Nasdaq is one of the biggest exchange in US. One of the biggest exchanges in US. They came out with a benchmark crypto index. Just the way we have Nifty index, or maybe the BCA, the Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex, for example. That's an index. So similarly, Nasdaq came out with a crypto index called as NCI. Nasdaq Crypto Index. So short form is NCI. It was launched last year in February. And then these are the constituents. Bitcoin is mainly 66%, almost 67%. Ethereum is 29%. And this is as of March 2022. So this is the kind of constituents. And they pick up the exchanges. These are the specific exchanges that they pick up for deciding this. So they use the NCI for doing this NCI formulation. Just like, think of it just like Nifty 50 or any of the other ones, or IT sector or BSE Sensex. Exactly something very, very similar. But then what people have done, if you look at now the prices, no wonder the price goes up and down. But Bitcoin price and Ethereum price also goes exactly the same way. And that's not surprising because you make up 96% of the NCI. 96% of NCI is made up of Ethereum, the Ether plus BTC price. So obviously they'll be in sync all the time. So in a way, though the index has been formed, it doesn't look like very broad-based. Simple. Because just the two coins decide 96%, it's not an index. Come on. You got to have a much more broader index. But
So just a
whether
question.
it's, yeah.
So why is Ethereum's graph imitating Bitcoin's graph? Both are different coins, right? But why are they imitating each other?
They
The highs
almost,
are the same.
yeah. They almost follow each other. And it's like IT stocks on the stock market in Bombay, let's say, or NSE. If TCS goes down, somebody else, the Infosys also goes down. So in a way, it's the same concept. Similar, very, very similar concept. You'll generally find they're in sync. They are not really too far
Right.
off.
Okay.
But so graph will look similar. They listed a fund based on crypto index called as BITW. BITW. It's a 10 crypto index fund, they call it as. And this is already listed. That means you can buy a fund which is based on this, actually. Exactly the funds that we have in India. The funds based on Nifty, based on IT sector, based on the bank sector, things like that. Exactly same we have here.
So similar to mutual funds, right, sir?
Yeah. But not a mutual fund because this is a fixed currency actually in a way.
Right.
Like you can buy Nifty today, right? Same thing you can buy this one. Yes, Saurabh.
Sir, I was wondering that apart from market capitalization, are there any other factor that explain why is there such a difference between, for say, Bitcoin costs over 22 lakh rupees and Shiba coin costs 0.0086 rupees? So why is there such a huge difference if apart from, of course, market capitalization?
One thing that has happened is over a period of time, the other currencies are pretty new currencies. Other cryptocurrencies are pretty new. Comparatively, the Bitcoin was the first one that came in. And Bitcoin mining has happened for quite a few years now. So there are people who have gathered and collected these Bitcoins in their own wallets and heavily collected. In a way, just the way we keep saying that stock price on a NSE or BSE can also be can also depend on how much is supply available, how much demand available. These guys actually control supply. You know how much currency is available actually in exchange? In case of Bitcoin, hardly 10%. All 90% is reserved in the private wallet. That means just not available. And if that is really true, a 90% guy can control the market very easily. While the rest of the currencies are fresh, new currencies.
So one more thing is Shiba coin. There is a lot of Shiba coin in the market. Like Bitcoin is heavily restricted in terms of numbers, but Shiba is like there is a lot of Shiba coins in the market.
So Debraj, that's a precisely the thing. More the supply, lesser is the price, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what is happening there.
Plus, it is the underlying project as well. Your Shiba coin is a meme coin, blockchain, and that they have the Bitcoin. They say that it is an underlying value because it can be easily exchanged with other person.
Yes. And Bitcoin for some reason has become so big. Now, this is one other little thing that you should know. Non-fungible tokens, NFT. NFT has become big one. That's why this is asset. And that's why we said asset is one about those basic coins. Then there are funds, and which is a market basket in a way. And now you're looking at third part, which is NFT. NFT, if you look at the wording here, unique digital assets such as audio clips, photo, GIFs, other digital items, which are secured on the blockchain and can be bought and sold through online marketplaces. That means you take a photograph, put it on NFT and put up a price, and if it gets sold, great. You have money in your pocket. But look at how it became really, really big one. This particular picture that you are seeing on the one side, on the right-hand side, I forgot the name of the guy who has been creating this particular picture. got sold for $69 million last year. $69 million, a virtual asset which was sold for $69 million. Unbelievable. And this is the asset. Now, I don't know why somebody would pay $69 million, but okay. You may
Maybe
pay
to
it for
maybe to launder money. I think it's
possible.
unregulated.
Possible. If you remember James Bond, old cars are being sold at $1 million. But here, $69 million, my God. But that is NFT. That is called as NFT. And look at now where they are. Last year, $17 billion sales took place in 2021. So this market is growing very rapidly now. This market is growing really, really rapidly. That's a non-fungible tokens, NFT. NFT assets are really, really growing. And not only that, they are listed now. They are listed. That means you can go ahead and buy on Binance. NFT you can buy there. And people are ready to sell them. The ownership gets transferred and you get your asset. I don't know what the asset really means. It's a little difficult to really figure out why would I buy something that will look only on the computer as and when I access it. It has no physical presence at all. But it's called as non-fungible tokens. And any artwork, musical clips, anything can be sold like this. It's really, really surprising. But that's what is happening around. You can see $42 million is a daily volume on Binance NFT. Guys, that was my last slide. I want to stop here. So hopefully you liked what we discussed today. But come back,
Yes, sir.
and it's a nice discussion we had. Good interactive session, guys. Thank you.